I hate Sonic! Why do I have all these games? You know, I've only just realized that this blue rat is too edgy for me. I need to detox it from all this coolness and go into the land of unsauced spaghetti and shitting on Sega. My only problem is, I don't have a way of playing any of these games. Sure, I could play New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, but I could also eat a nuclear bomb. Take your pick. So I need to figure out quick, how can I do this? I've got it! 2016. It existed. During 2016, Nintendo was ramping up their next home console, the NX, soon to be the Nintendo Switch. But during that time, they really had no idea what to do with this thing. The Wii U was clearly dead. Only 4 Nintendo-created games came out in 2016, not counting Pokemon or Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. And one of those games was Star Fox Zero. So, on September 30th, 2016, Nintendo announced the Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition. It was an NES, but small. The NES Classic was basically a way smaller NES with 30 games in it. It was a quarter the size of an actual NES, and you couldn't load cartridges into it. No! The games put into this little system were basically all the important games in the system's life that everyone had nostalgia for. Mario Bros, hey wait, and Ice Climbers. But I wouldn't know, as I didn't own it. When it came out, I wasn't actively following Nintendo news or gaming news at the time, so I didn't even know this thing existed. And honestly, I'm not bothered by that fact, despite how much I might complain. Not to say this is bad, but the NES library doesn't exactly appeal to me. I respect it for what it is, but I personally prefer games from the 16-bit era. The NES Classic did pretty well, selling 2 million copies through November 2016 all the way to April 2017, and selling out almost every single time it was available. And what do you think Nintendo did with it? Killed it. After a bit, Nintendo discontinued the NES Classic, most likely to focus on their new console, the Nintendo Switch, a little more, but it soon came back for a short time during June of 2018. But they weren't done. They wanted total domination over the small console market. So after Nintendo discontinued the NES Classic, they focused on the Nintendo Switch mainly until August of 2017, when they announced the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition. Same deal as the NES Classic, but this time, it's Super. And for virgins, the SNES Classic released on September 29th, 2017 in America to a world-round nice. People loved this system, but some disliked it. The game library was a slight problem to some, but the people who thought that had most likely been sacrificed by now. The SNES Classic came with 2 controllers, both perfectly replicating the original SNES controllers. But they're made for different types of intercourse. Instead of the original controller outputs, Nintendo went with the same outputs used on the Wii Nunchuck. This means we can plug the SNES Classic controllers into the Wii controllers, and even use SNES controllers as actual controllers in Wii games. I have no idea who actually does this. Of course, this means you wouldn't be able to navigate the Wii menu as they act as Pro controllers, and I don't think this will ever work as a Wii menu navigator. But for 2D and Virtual Console games, this was perfect. Well, we've got no time to waste. Let's check out the SNES Classic. This is the UI for the SNES Classic. It's really nice looking. After a few minutes, it changes to Mario, who gives a hearty "fuck waiting, I want to watch some badly played Donkey Kong!" and watches a replay of a game. Hell, he can even edit the border settings, which is a really cute feature. In this, there's 20 games, but we're only going to look at 5 of them. I feel like I don't need to explain what Super Mario World is. It's one of the most popular and beloved games out there. I've only beaten this game once on the SNES Switch Online app, but I can't deny it's an amazing game. I would argue that it's probably better on this though. The first Donkey Kong Country game. One of the best platformers I've ever played personally. Wait, isn't this game hard? Wait, I don't even like this game. Okay, fine, I'll look at Mario Kart, but I'm turning on censor mode. F this game, oh my god! This game is plain annoying. I just can't even play it. Even 2 players annoying. Drifting is like trying to steer on a go-kart on ice while having a gun pointed at you. That's oddly specific. But even with its flaws, it can be fun. Rarely though. Damn. F-Zero, huh? High-speed racing, super hard to control cars, and a franchise that Nintendo will never revive because This game is actually more fun than I remember it being, honestly. Yeah, it's a bit fast for my liking, but it also isn't Super Mario Kart, so that's an automatic win. Now, while I can't say I'm an instant fan, I can't say I now want to play the rest of the games. But considering my only GameCube game is right behind me, watching over my every move, making sure I don't commit tax fraud, and the price of F-Zero GX on eBay being and the Nintendo 64 game being I sadly can't see myself playing the rest of the games anytime soon. But now, the final game I'll look at is... Fuck. I have a love-hate relationship with Zelda games. I love the world they create, the characters they bring in, but I hate playing them. Not to say I haven't enjoyed any of the Zelda games I've played. I loved playing Breath of the Wild, and the first part of Link to the Past was great, but I just can't bring myself to beat any of them. This one included. Well, I think those are all the games I wanted to look at. I didn't go too much into all the little knickknacks you can do like modding or any of the other settings because, well, I have to go to court. Now that I think about it, I talked more about Sonic Rush than I did Mario Kart. But does this mean I still like Sonic more than Mario? Of course not. Absolutely. Fuck Nintendo.